You guys, you have to keep in mind when you're moving your business online, whether it's partially online or 100% online. And this is a hot topic, you guys. So many people are starting to take advantage of how easy it is to share, produce, and create content online. And what we're seeing a tremendous amount of people who are starting to create businesses from the ground up online, and also businesses that are doing things face to face, for example, dog training, and then having an online component to add extra value to their programs and services. And when we're doing this, there's something that I find when I'm working with people that they skip over, that they don't think about. I'm going to be talking about something very, very important that we need to be thinking about when we're moving part or all of our business online. I'm going to give you some strategies to get you started. But before I jump into that, I just want to welcome you. If this is your first time here, say hello, post a comment. Even if it's not your first time, say hello so I see that you're here. And I always get kind of lurkers lurking around. I love hearing from you guys. But my name is Erica Boling. I am the owner and founder of Northeast Canine Conditioning. I really love helping people take their sport dogs, their working dogs, and turning them into elite canine athletes. But I also have another passion. I love helping people take their passion. I'm going to talk a lot about your passion for dogs, sports, and fitness, but it really could be any area of passion that you have and turning it into profit. And I help people start up their businesses. I help them expand their businesses. I work with a lot of canine professionals, but I tell you, there's one area of expertise that my dog friends don't always know that I have. I have a PhD in education. I'm an associate professor. My background, my expertise, in addition to the dogs, is online teaching and learning, designing online programs, and also on the business side, selling online programs. So I've had a lot of friends in the dog world who've known me for a number of years and did not realize that background. So what I've done here is I love combining my passions for the dogs and the online teaching and learning. And I have Northeast Canine Conditioning. I have an online academy. So I'm going to use all this knowledge and experience, the things that I've learned from trial and error. And I want to help you so that if you're thinking about this, if you're in the midst of it, I want to help you along with that process. And I know with a lot of people, they wonder, well, what can you do? I'm going to put my name up there for those of you who are just joining us and you're new. A lot of people wonder in canine business, well, what can you do online? Like I have to teach, face to face. If I have a dog with dog aggression issues, behavioral issues, like how do you teach that online? Well, number one, there are some things you don't do online, but there's a lot of different ways we can support our clients, our future clients, attract people, our students. It could be from online resources, online communities, membership groups, resource libraries, online courses, webinars, what I'm doing right now, Facebook live shows. There's so much that my dog's dreaming and barking in the background. If you hear him, that's what he's doing. Sorry for the disruption. So online teaching and learning, like I said, it can be online courses, but there's so many other things that you can do to excel, to expand, and to grow your business online. So if you've thought about that, let me know. I see Conchetta, I know you're thinking about it. Angie, I know you're thinking about it. Others of you here. An online presence. I mean, that's no duh. Of course, you have to have an online presence. But you know what I find is people get really excited or they're really interested in moving part or all of their business online, and they want to get online clients and they want to do online courses, and they think about all these wonderful things that you can do online to support your business. And that's great and that's wonderful. But if people don't know who you are online and they don't know that you exist, they don't know your area of expertise, they haven't developed a trust and a confidence in you, they're much less likely to actually be handing over money and filling out credit cards and giving you money coming out of their pockets. And so, hey, Kate, this is actually Kate is here, and I was thinking about our conversation, Kate, and I thought I'm going to talk about this today. But this online presence, if you're going to be doing stuff online, if you're going to be just we're thinking about attracting new clients, servicing our current clients, but expanding our visibility, is you need to not only have services, resources, online courses, and things like that available for people, but you need to be developing an online presence people need to be thinking of you as an expert and know about you beyond your local community. Because that's the amazing thing about online resources is we can reach people. You can have clients in other countries and you can provide things for them, not just, hold on one second. Noxie, wake up. Nox, hey, okay. He's dreaming and he's just like barking and making all these noises to wake him up. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear him, but yeah, the online presence is key because what I tell people is, for example, you can have the most amazing things out there to give people. You can have the most amazing courses. You can have the most amazing communities and things to provide people. But if they don't know you're there and they don't know your area of expertise and they don't know who you are, where to find you, that you even exist, you're going to have these amazing things to share and this wonderful knowledge to share with them, but they're not going to be able to find you. They're going to, or they're going to find you, but they're going to be, who are you? How can you help them? So I'm going to give you some strategies and some things that I do to build that online presence. To build that recognition, to build that expertise and that awareness so people know that you're out there, you exist, they know you, they like you, and then they want to follow you, they're raving fans, and then when you have something to offer them for sale, that they want to invest and they want to learn from you, or they want to, you know, whatever services that you're offering. So oh, Angie, could you hear him? That was Knox. He's asleep again, but right when I started this, he was dreaming and barking. And growling. So let me give you, I'll have the interactions with the dogs another day, but if you're interested, if you're thinking especially from the canine professional side, if you're watching this and you're wondering, you know, maybe you're interested about it, but you're having trouble picturing what is it? What can you do online? Okay, you can't, you know, resolve dog aggression issues and behavior problems. A lot of behavior problems, you're not necessarily going to be solving all these problems online. But I promise you, every one of you that are doing things, if you have knowledge and expertise in a particular area, you can offer things online. Now, like I said, some things are better face-to-face, but I do run into a number of people and they're like, no, you can't educate, you can't train people about dogs online. Yes, you can. It's just going to depend on what aspect of dogs or of training are you teaching online. In my next episode, follow my episodes, but I think I'm going to talk more about that next week. So here we go. Facebook Live. Like, this is what I'm doing right now. I am using Facebook Live because I have nothing better to do on a Friday night. But I'm doing Facebook Live so that people can say, who's Erica? Oh, Erica. Erica knows about canine fitness. Erica knows about businesses. Erica knows about online teaching and learning. I do my Facebook Live shows I do it to help you and to give you resources and educate you, but I also do it so that people can gain awareness and know who I am, what am I all about. And also through the Facebook Live, you know, you start to see, well, am I the type of person that, you know, you think you would enjoy interacting with, that you want to learn more with? That, you know, maybe I have a certain background, knowledge, and expertise that is something relevant to what you do and what you're interested in learning. So Facebook Live is a great way to get yourself out there, to get people to know you. And I told this the other day, I think it was Kate. I was just telling Kate, and people always worry about this. They're like, oh, you know, I want to offer A, B, and C, but there's two other people already doing it. Okay. There's millions and millions of people out there who own dogs. If you're on Facebook, there are millions of people on Facebook. There's plenty of people to go around. If somebody out there is doing a similar thing that you're doing, offering a similar program, there's plenty to go around. Okay. So number one, don't let that stop you. Number two, when I do my online courses, when I study online, when I invest in online programs, when I go and I get a coach, I'm going to get a business coach. There are tons of people to choose from. There are tons of online resources to use. You know, ultimately what makes me make my decision to invest hundreds and thousands. I mean, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars to support my knowledge and education and online learning and growing a business. Thousands and thousands of dollars invested in programs, individuals, and courses. And what made me choose? They were not the only people out there doing what I needed. These were not the only courses out there that could provide me my education. The reason I chose what I chose was because in every instance, there was some kind of personal connection, something resonated between me and that individual who was teaching or whatever it was that they were offering. And so by having online visibility, by having an online presence, by putting yourself out there, people get to know who you are. And yeah, Kate said we had this conversation last night, and it inspired me too to have this conversation with all of you today. So it is, it is something, and this isn't something just for canine professionals. This is something that can go much more broadly. And so those are a couple of things that people think about. They say they want to do something online, or they want to do some kind of a business, but they see their competitors and they're like, oh, they do it better. Oh, they know more than me, or oh, they're so much more popular. But I tell you, you are going to have very unique things about you. You have different background experiences. You have different mannerisms. You're a different kind. You interact with people. You have very unique things that set you apart from anybody else out there doing the things that you want to do or that you're already doing. And these are the things, these just being authentic, being yourself, letting people know who you are and what you're all about. That's what's going to bring them in. That's what's going to make them, if they can connect with you on a personal level, they will choose you. They will choose you. If they're on the fence and somebody has the exact same program, but they've got a big name and you have the same program, okay, it's like, equivalent, but you don't have the big name, but you got the background that connects with them. You've got the experience that they can relate to. You have the personality that they like. They're going to pick you. But if you're not out there, if you're not putting yourself out there and they don't know who you are, they don't know your sense of humor, they don't know your personality, then, it's going to be a lot harder to make that decision. And then, then they might go for the big name person, right? And there's another thing that I see people struggle with is they don't want to go online and they don't want to put themselves out there. They don't want to make videos. They don't want to put photos. They're nervous about, they feel like it has to be perfect. That what if you say the wrong thing? Okay. Now I got a secret for you. And don't forget this it's not about being perfect. It's about the relationships and the connections that you make. And if you make mistake, like right now, I was like, oh my gosh, my dog's barking and he's dreaming. And I'm like, I didn't plan that. Like, I didn't want that interruption in my live show, but that's me. And all the time when I do these shows, my dog is right in front of me and this happens. It makes it unique. And so what's going to happen is when these little things come up, or mistakes or interruptions or things that don't go perfect, people are going to see more of who you are. And I'll tell you this, if what you do when you make those mistakes, when you're not perfect, if you turn them off, and if they're criticizing you and they're like, oh my gosh, she did blah, 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 you don't want them as a client, right? That's not your ideal client. You want that ideal client who adores you as much as you adore them. You want to love them as much as, it's a mutual thing. So, I went through all of this. I still go through it, and you post stuff and you worry about criticism and critique and what if I make mistakes? But you know what? That's me. This is me. Take it, leave it. If you don't like it, bye-bye. If you like it, great. Stay, hang out for a while. But you guys need to remember that it's not about being perfect. It's about letting people know who you are. And there's nothing, who you are is who you are. And you want clients who appreciate who you are. Those are going to be the happiest. Those are going to be those raving fans. Those are going to be the clients that go out and they're posting all over Facebook, about how wonderful you are. And that's going to bring you more clients. Okay. So my little lecture there. I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. And Kate says, all those others are doing what you want to do. Not all of them have the same background. They don't have the same personality. And this is how I make my decisions. I see it. It's so, so important. And, okay, so let's go to other strategy. Facebook Live, we're still on number one. Okay, here's another thing. If you are doing, if you want people to see you as an expert, right? Sharing your knowledge is a way to build an online reputation or presence as an expert. So one of the ways that I do it is I like to put together, they don't have to be long, educational articles. It could be a short article, it could even be like a little short video, but something educational. It could be an educational checklist, a worksheet. Just get that knowledge you have here Get that knowledge here and get it out so people see how amazing you are and this wonderful knowledge that you have. So whatever you can do. My background in education, and I write a lot and I publish. So for me, an educational article is not terribly difficult to do. It might not be an article, but think about, where are you an expert? Who do you want to attract? And what do you want them to, how do you want people to see you? An expert of what? And if you don't get it out there, how are they going to know you're an expert or that you have great knowledge in a certain area? So think about how you can get that information. How can you educate your audience? Whether it's, an online article, a little online checklist, a little educational video, something like that, but get that out there. And that's going to help people see you as an expert when you're building that online presence. Along with that, blogging. So having a website, having a blog. Clarice, hey, thanks for joining us. We could get more people in here. You guys add more strategies if you think of other ways that you can, either you are currently building online visibility, online credibility as an expert. If you're doing it right now, put some strategies down. But also, if you can think of ideas and you're not doing it yet, but you think you have a great idea, add it down there. So blogging is another way to share your brilliance, your knowledge, your expertise, your personality. It doesn't always have to be a formal educational blog. And this is another secret. So, okay, here's something that I struggled with. When I was writing my blogs and writing my emails to my email list, I would get stumped, and I would feel like it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. And I have to say just the right thing. When I have the most response from my online articles, my blogs, and when I email people, I have an email list of people who are interested in the things that I share and teach. And I stress over writing that perfect blog, writing that perfect email. And I'll tell you, the ones that are the most popular, where I get the most responses, is where I am the most personal and I share my feelings, my frustrations, and like my personality comes out. And it's not perfect. It's just me. Those are the most popular. And those are the ones people write back. They give me feedback. And so whenever I'm getting that kind of frozen, like writer's block, I always stop and remind myself, remember that last time all those people wrote back to me? I was just sharing, a personal story with them that was relevant to their interests and their experiences. I think, Wendy, we've talked about this before about, how you get kind of paralyzed, right? That perfectionism just kind of freezes us. So blogging is another way to get yourself out there on your website, writing articles. Here's another one. Facebook. Yeah. Clarice, you said the more you blog, yes. The more you blog, the easier it gets. It also keeps, keeping notes on file. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned this. People get nervous, especially for video, Facebook Live and things like that. They get really nervous. You guys, it gets easier. The more you do it, go look at some of my old videos. Okay. It's okay. I'll say this right now. Go look at some of my old videos and you can definitely see a difference in the quality. You can see that I'm more comfortable now. I'm, more natural. I'm not as kind of tense. But let me say this, those videos weren't perfect, but some of those first videos I made, the first time I created an online course, I just threw some videos together with no marketing. I made $5,000. I just pulled some videos together. I had some YouTube videos. I put them into an online course site. All I did was I was like, hey, Facebook, I have this course I'm announcing. I knew nothing about marketing. I did no real strategy for marketing. I was just like, here's my course, come sign up. And I made some videos. And my videos, I did not know what I know now. I did not have the practice. I did not have the confidence that I have now in the videos. And these were pre-recorded videos, so I could edit them. So if you find them floating around, you might even see me advertising some of those courses. But they weren't perfect. And I look back and I'm like, ooh, those weren't good. But they worked because it was me. I was sharing information. I had information and knowledge that could benefit other people. So even at the very beginning, when I didn't know so much what I was doing, I bought a $11 or $12 book. It was Jeff Walker's the product launch, the launch book. And I took a chapter in there. I followed exactly what he said. I made some videos to get myself out on Facebook. I made $5,000. I made $5,000 off of an $11 book, what I learned from an $11 book. And like I said, it wasn't perfect. My backdrop was like a towel over an inflatable mattress, but I made $5,000, all profit. Would take away the $12 for the book. So yeah, those are things to be thinking about when you're nervous or you get paralyzed and you're like, oh my gosh, what if I mess up, and what if the video is not of good quality? So Facebook groups. 2 things about Facebook groups. Number one, before I started doing my online business, like I was involved in a lot of online communities. And for me, it's Facebook, and for some of you, it might be Instagram and different social media sites. For me, I'm saying Facebook, but you can substitute that with another social media site. Okay, but I would find groups that I was interested in, and they had topics that interested me, and I would go to those groups and I would share, I would talk, if I had something to contribute to a conversation, I would add that. And so people started to see me in these communities and like, oh, look, oh, it's Erica, or Erica has something to share, or Erica has an interesting question to ask. So one of the things with the Facebook groups was I participated and I supported people. And if I had advice, if somebody had a problem and if it was something that I could help them with, I would go in and I would add comments. And I tell you, I would start getting phone calls because people knew that I had expertise in canine fitness. And then next thing I knew, like we'd have online conversations, or I would jump in a group and add a comment. And next thing you know, people are wanting to call me up and they're having questions. So by participating in these groups that were related to my areas of interest and expertise, people started to see that, number one, who is Erica? And they started to see when I had a conversation and I contributed to the conversation, they would see that I knew what I was talking about. So that was one way to build that online presence. And then it went from participating in groups to creating groups, right? And hosting groups. And that's a great way, have a group. It could be a public group, a private group, but specific to your area of expertise, how you want to help people. And it doesn't mean you're giving everything away for free. But I tell you, if people need to trust you, they need to like you, they need to value what you have to offer. How are they going to get that if everything they have to pay for and they can't get a taste of who you are and what they can learn from you first, to get trust in you and say, hey, I have faith in this person. She knows what she's talking about. So Facebook groups right now, especially, is a really hot topic, especially people are exploring ways of, connecting their business. And when they have things to offer and to sell, and building Facebook online communities. And Katie says, makes me want to finish reading Jeff Walker's book. That book got me started. I mean, there are other things, but literally I took his chapter on seed launch. I believe that's, and I literally followed it step by step. I highlighted it, I followed it, I made my videos, and I made about $5,000. So, okay, here is another tip. Repurposing content. So repurposing content, this is true. So you're creating content, you're present online, you're doing Facebook Live videos, you're doing articles, you're sharing, you're educating, you're letting people see your genius, okay? So now you want to reach a broader audience because it's a numbers game. So the more fans you have, the more followers you have, the more people that like you, the more money you're going to be able to make. Because if I have something to offer and I have 5 of my friends who just rave, they love my stuff, they buy everything, and there's 5 of them. And then what if I had 100 people who love me and bought from me? What if I had 1,000 people who love me and bought? What if I had 30,000 people in a group who love me and then wanted to buy from me? So it's a numbers game. So we're going to do better if we can grow those numbers of people who know who we are, what we're all about. They like us, they trust us, they believe in us, they follow us. And then when you have something that you might want to offer, present for sale, whether it's face-to-face or online, you have people, you have an active, willing audience right there, ready to hear what you have to share. So the more that you can expand your reach, the better. And so what I'll do, because there's only so many hours in a day and I can't recreate, 10 different types of content for 10 different 10 different sites, is what I do is I repurpose my content. So for example, here's a perfect example, is I take this Facebook Live I use Be Live TV to make this right now, this video that's going live on Facebook. It saves the video, and then, so it's on Facebook. And then what I do is I export that video, I save it on my computer, and then I upload it to my YouTube channel. And then I take the same video and then I put it up on LinkedIn. Okay. So you see where I'm going? So you can take, it could be the same for an online article. Here's another thing. I'll do an email and I turn the email into a blog, and then I put that on my website. And then a number of my blog entries become articles. And then I put those on, social media so people can download them. What started out to be, it was originally a newsletter article, and it became a blog article, and I revised it, and then it became a magazine article. So repurposing, and you're saving yourself time because you're not creating brand new content, over and over and over, but you're taking your content. You might need to tweak or edit it, but you're getting it out over into other areas so you can reach a broader audience. Katie said, you can learn from Jeff Walker's book and not do funnels. It was like well over a year before I started tapping into funnels. But yeah, check that out. So let's see here. So, okay, I had something for you. This is a download. It's a checklist. And it's a checklist for things, basically a checklist of things to be thinking about or what needs to be in place to be successful in a business. And this is, it's had a really long URL, but if you go to tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com/K9bizsuccess. The letter K, if you're listening and you're not watching, it's the letter K, the number 9, biz, B-I-Z, success, K9 biz success. Again, tinyurl.com/K9 biz success. If you go there, you can download it. It'll send you an email. But also, if you just write in the comments section, if you say, hey, just say biz success or handout. If you just type and put the word handout, I can also send it to you. If you have trouble with the URL, or if you're listening to this, just message me, and I can also send it to you. But it's a K9 Biz Success handout. It's a checklist. So I wanted to give that to you. And it's just, it's a good thing to just kind of reflect upon and think about, to have a successful business. I don't care if it's online or face-to-face. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that need to be in place. You need to be an expert in, content area expert in a certain area. You need to know about, marketing. You need to know about outreach. In this day and age, you need to know about social media. There's just so many things. Unless you can hire everybody to do all the different things for you, there's so many things other than just being a good teacher, a good dog trainer, whatever it is that you do. Yes, you're the expert, but like I said, you need to know marketing, how to get yourself out there, how to get visibility. There's so many different components and pieces of this puzzle that all leads to being a very successful business owner. So that's what that checklist is just, it's thinking about some of the various pieces that need to be put in place. And for you, it's a checklist to kind of reflect upon where are you in that process, because we all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have areas. Right now, one of my weaknesses is I need to learn more about the financial side of things. I'm not a CPA. I don't have an accountant type, accounting background. I'm not like a math person. I was more into the literacy and things like that. And so I recognized when I knew, I didn't have a formal background in, business and marketing. So I went out and I studied and I learned, I'm always learning more about marketing. I realized I need to know more about taxes related to small business owners and having an LLC, and deductions and things about when you're hiring people. And there's just so many different pieces that go into place. So check out that download, tinyurl.com/K9 biz success, the number 9 K9 biz success. So I did want to put that out there before I forgot. So there's so many other things I can talk about. I try to keep this to half an hour. I think last week I went like an hour and 45 minutes. So these are the things that I use, the strategies that I've done and I found to be very successful in building online awareness, building knowledge where people recognize you as an expert, and getting that visibility as an expert online. So just a quick one, Facebook Live. Take your knowledge and get it out there through articles, handouts, videos, whatever. Blogging is another way to get yourself out there. Facebook groups, participating in Facebook groups, contributing and leading Facebook groups. But they got to be meaningful, right? People want to be there and learn from you and find that it's valuable. It's not just a sales pitch. You send a sales pitch out. And then also the handout that I had for, I forgot, and repurpose your content. Don't forget to repurpose your content. So again, I am Erica Boling from Northeast Canine Conditioning, and the live, if you want to catch me live, if you're watching the replay, if you want to catch me live, Fridays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, on Northeast Canine Conditioning on my Facebook business page, if you want to catch me live. And then also, let me put my email address up here. I have a sneak peek. You guys stay here for just a couple minutes more. I have not made any kind of public announcement. You are the very first people to hear about this. In the new year, we're looking into January, I'm going to be doing a mastermind group. And it's going to be a mastermind group for people who are wanting to either create from the ground up, to expand a face-to-face business, or to look 100% online, but looking how you can maximize the power of technology, the internet, social media, doing online webinars, Facebook, how you can use technology and how you can create things like educational resource sites, membership sites, how you can really enhance what you offer your clients by moving part or all of your business online. And the idea here is I'll be giving a lot more detail later. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek, but you're the first to hear it. But it's going to be limited number. It's going to be weekly support, and it's going to be where, a lot of access to me and people who have similar interests, and helping and supporting one another to do this, because there's so much to think about, from the creation side, the content side, the technology side, to the marketing side, the sales side of things, thinking about, what aspect of your business, if you want to move something online, you might have a bunch of ideas. Where do you start? So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek into that. Email me. I don't have like all the details coming out right now. It's something I'm putting together. But if you're interested and you want to be the first to be notified when I have all the details together, and I'm going to be doing enrollment with an application, because it's going to be limited people. I really want people who are invested in themselves, in their business. I want doers. I want action takers. And it doesn't, we all have moments where we freeze, but I want people who want to get stuff done, who want to create things, who, when you say you're going to do it, you do it. You're not just a talker. So I want to do an application process so that a mastermind group is you really support one another. I'm thinking about having like an opportunity for accountability groups and partners, so that you have people to follow up and to pair up with and support one another. So it's going to be really important, the dynamics of this group, and I really want committed people in this group. So if you are interested, and again, it's going to be in January, but I'll be kind of getting more information out before then. But if you want to be one of the first to be notified as the details come out, before any kind of application process starts, just shoot me an email, message me on Facebook, whatever, and reach out to me, and I will have you in communication. I'll have you on my emails that go out, and you will be the first whenever any new information comes out, when the details come out, when enrollment comes out, you will be the first to be notified. So my email, if you're listening and you can't see the screen, you can just do info, info at northeastcanineconditioning.com. Northeast Canine, it's the letter K and the number 9. So again, info at northeastcanineconditioning.com. You can also, of course, message me on Facebook. If you're watching a replay on YouTube, if you're on LinkedIn, I'm Erica Boling. If you Google me, I'm not that hard to find. There's not many Erica Bolings out there who are, professor and has the Northeast Canine Conditioning business. I'm the only one. So reach out and let me know. And like I said, I'm looking at, I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be like middle end of January, but I will be announcing stuff and sending out information and collecting information before that. But it is a mastermind group. I imagine there's going to be a number of canine professionals, but definitely you can benefit if you have another area of expertise. I've had people do my programs that are not dog people, and they found them very, very helpful. Conchetta, if you're in here, Conchetta is one of them. And the focus is going to be if you're interested in the online aspect, and it doesn't, you can have a face-to-face business, and maybe you just want to develop an educational resource center or a membership site, or you want to start doing what I do, like these weekly Facebook Live videos, and you want to learn more about how to do this successfully to support your business. All these types of things. It doesn't have to be online courses. It could be doing webinars and Q&As, developing a successful Facebook group. These are things to be thinking about. So you guys, that's everything. I went a little bit over. I always go over. Try to keep these shorter. So message me if you're watching the replay. Again, if anything in this was helpful, if you thought any of this was informative, please feel free to share the replay. Email it, cross-post it, share the link on Facebook, repurpose it for me, send it out, because the more people we get it out, the more people we can help, the more people we can educate, we can be successful and learn from each other's trials and errors. And it's going to fast-pace that learning process and getting our businesses to where we really want to be. So thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for your comments. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to add comments because I do go back and visit, and feel free to message me at any time. I'll put I already had it up there. info@northeastcanineconditioning.com. Feel free to reach out at any time. And again, if you're interested in kicking off the new year, being a part of just a great supportive mastermind group with weekly support, ongoing support to look at how to be successful in moving part or having all of your business online, send me a shout out and I will have you down and you'll be the first to be notified. So, so thank you guys so much. It's been a long day for me, so I'm going to go and grab some food. So you guys, share this, message me, let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you very soon. Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Northeast Canine Conditioning on my Facebook business page. I will be live. Hope to see you there. Have a great rest of the evening, day, week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.